welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to Boots on Ground Radio. You got the two landscape vets. You got Eric Jones, the turf teacher, myself, with Dr. Russell Owens, better known as Hecubus.
What's going on?
My brother, what is going on this morning?
Everything's good. Everything's good. You know, I love my kids, but I don't like it when they hide my glasses. Thought I was not going to make it to the broadcast this morning because I was trying to find my glasses.
I was texting you. I'm like, where are you at? And like I overslept.
Yeah, I was trying to text you back. Of course, I was in that little windy road section.
Yeah.
There and looked up and there's a deer staring at me from the other side of my headlights in the roadway.
In the driveway?
Yeah. No, at the in that whatever that weird road name is in between here and there. Like after you.
Oh,
the one that drops down and goes kind of like back and forth, like, you know, little 20-mile-an-hour curves.
you're talking what? Oh my gosh!
I know it'd be easier if it was like Smith Road, but it's like it starts with a K. I want to say.
Oh, Kilmary.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking at the end of Seward, but yeah, you do come through.
No. Yeah, I come through the other way.
Yeah, you come through Kilmary. Yeah. So that is a little weird name. You know.
Yeah.
Did they kill Mary?
But they were. Yeah, it's like up on the first part of it where, you know, it's like that windy part.
Yeah.
It was
That's
there.
kind of a spooky road, man, because there's like no houses like in between. Like you go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially that's where our minister used to live. And his wife is now in a retirement center, assisted living. Well, she might be full-time where she needs care around the clock, but Preacher Needham, that's where he lived. So
Off that road?
yeah, right there on it. The first little brick house on the left.
Oh,
when you
okay.
come to on the left is where they lived.
Gotcha.
And then his old home place was right across, the abandoned house, and it would be like the perfect haunted house.
Right.
And
There's a lot of those in this area.
And then Ronald Reagan, the shooting team, like uses that farm for their practice and stuff. So,
Gotcha.
But I think somebody's bought it. So
Don't be yawning.
I know. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm yawning.
Calm down. Calm down.
Calm down. Calm down.
It's already the 11th.
Yeah, I know,
11th
dude.
of October.
I know. Like, I know. After we get the guys started and stuff like that, we got to get some invoices out.
Yes. Yeah.
So, what speaking of kind of what is on the agenda today, I know we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but
Yeah, we got taking some trees down. In fact, actually, the guys should be headed out shortly to go get a jump start on that. Try and get some of those because they're the only ones left are the ones that, like, no matter what time of day it is, people tend to be parked next to them.
will this be the last day?
It should be. I mean, assuming that we can get them all down.
Gotcha.
They're all smaller, so I mean, it's not a matter of it taking too much time to get them down. It's just if cars are parked on either side of them, then we're
you kind of messed. Yeah.
There's only one that's that case. The others, we can take the limbs off and do everything else, and like even if a car was parked next to them, we'd still be able to get them out of there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's just one that's a little bit bigger. The island is just
like I can't wait
tiny.
to drive through there. I haven't been through there, especially the trees down in front of the dentist office.
Oh yeah,
I
mean, the only ones left are just up in the corner, up in that same corner there where the dentist office, like that. There's like 6 trees on like 3 different islands, just right in that little corner.
Yeah,
so
that right. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then you're gonna try to do the drainage job.
And then get the drainage job done, hopefully.
Sweet. yeah. I mean that one's kind of a small job.
Yeah,
kind of a small. But guys, I gotta be honest with you. This will probably be my last broadcast in the morning until I'm like my last broadcast with you. Let's say until Equipment Expo.
Wait, what's happening Monday?
Monday, I'm at the North Carolina Community College conference.
Oh shit! So I got to broadcast by myself.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
Maybe you could get but here's the thing. Like, I bet it doesn't start. I could at least call into the show so you can at least hear my voice, Russ.
Yeah. Well, that okay. As long as there's that, I'm scared. I'm scared.
It's going to be okay. I promise. Like you got this.
Yes.
You got this.
Well, I mean, I know that you'll be having an exciting time. And
I will
doing exciting things.
Hopefully, get to learn about the new 10-point grading scale or just some random bull crap.
Yes.
They are changing
the DEI you can handle.
No, they don't do that. They've dismissed that.
Oh, right. I forgot they did away with that.
Yeah, we were hardcore that.
Yeah.
20
hours.
Was
that statewide or just you guys?
It was in North Carolina State.
Okay.
Like it was like a state.
Yeah.
And like the next day they let our vice president go of DEI. We had to have 20 hours a year in that training to all gone. Like they like overnight.
Just overnight. Huh?
Yeah. And I don't know if it was state assembly. The legislators got together and said, we're not doing this for the time being or permanent. I don't know. They just listen to our president. What she says is what goes. But I don't know. Yeah, like yesterday we had a 2-hour meeting with the dean, and they were talking about they're changing like how the GPAs are calculated and prerequisites, co-requisites. He said there's a lot of change coming with that. So I don't know if that's going to be it, but it is like a conference, so there is like a trade show floor. So I'm just thinking, a trade show floor for community college instructors.
So like lunch boxes?
I don't know. Like I'm gonna be the only influencer there. I'm gonna take my iPhone and a little microphone and be like, guys, here we have the
personalized placards for the drop-off line.
Here we have the new notebooks. I'm gonna be the dirt monkey of
right. Yeah, there you go.
The community college conference. So, oh man,
yeah, it'd be interesting. I feel like the majority of it is would be as far as any kind of vendors or trade show would be technology based more so than anything else.
Yeah, probably. It'll probably be somebody there from Blackboard Learn, Canvas.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Here we switched from Blackboard Learn, and now we're with Blackboard Ultra. We had to make all those changes for the beginning of the small, and then 2 weeks ago they told us now they're switching to Canvas, and we're like, okay, so we spent all this time switching to Ultra. Now we're going to spend all this time to Canvas. And, I like to think that I am technology savvy. So when it comes to software, computers, I can navigate my way through it and at least, kind of teach myself or go to some classes that they'll have and be like, okay, I can do this. But there's a lot of old school guys, people that have been there longer than me that are just like, this will force them to retire. Like they'll just be like, I'm done.
Yeah,
like I'm not going to go through this migration into a new, like from Ultra or from Learn to Ultra was not too bad, but I could see switching. And Canvas, that's what they're using in the high schools. So it makes sense that the colleges are moving to Canvas. So
moving down to what the high schools use.
Well,
heaven forbid we challenge people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, soldiers,
so
take out your cell phones, call home.
My daughter, my oldest daughter, she's going to U of W, and
what is that? So tell people what that is.
University of Washington.
Okay, so I thought she was going to Washington State. She's
no.
She's at University.
Thank God, no.
Wow. Okay, so I wouldn't know the difference. What is the difference there?
It's just both colleges are in a very 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 liberal state, but Washington State University is above and far beyond.
So it's
in that aspect. So it just like as far as the college itself goes, and just like the people coming out of that college are very like they teach a lot of politics in that school.
Oh, okay.
Whether you take them or not.
Yeah. That was Sydney at East Carolina.
So very very far left, and like I'm not talking bad about anybody who's gone there or anything, because I know a lot of people that went there, but it's also they recruit heavily within the state. So, with most of the graduates who are going to college from like the high school that she graduated from, which is the same one I graduated from, it's always been, okay, you go to Washington State University.
Okay.
That's where you go.
That's where you go. Yeah.
So for and the admissions is far easier for Washington State than it is for University of Washington. Like Abrielle was the only kid from her school that got admitted there, and there was many kids who tried and did not.
Okay. Now, is it a further drive? Like, or which was closer to her?
They're about the same because they're in different parts of the state.
Okay.
Because University of Washington is basically in downtown Seattle.
Which is the Huskies, right?
Yeah.
And then Washington State's the Cougars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is the agriculture school?
The university. I mean, sorry, Washington State.
Washington State
is more so. I mean, it's not really anymore. It's not really ag focused anymore. It used to be a lot more, but it's changed over the years. So it's more academic than ag now, as far as like straight academia versus field work and things of that nature.
Gotcha.
So a little bit different, but she was.
Do you have one of your PhDs from there?
No, I never went to any of the schools in Washington State. I thought I was, when I got out of the military, I was accepted to the University of Washington and for there because I was going to go through their teaching program, but then I decided to just go to the beach and become a bartender instead. So that's right. My two things that I was.
But that's right. You're a Tar Heel, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
You're a UNC Tar Heel.
Yes, Tar Heel and Scarab. Scarab being University of Alexandria in Egypt. So there's two widely different schools.
And probably UNC Chapel Hill was maybe more a little bit on the liberal side.
It was. Well, I mean, but not nearly as much as it is now. You know, as far as just and not just that school in particular, but just the overall.
Yeah.
That, thought it was more back when I was there. It was like learn the stuff, and there was there wasn't much opinion added to anything.
And guys, when we say liberal, we're not knocking it. Like
no, I'm not talking like far left crazy things or far right crazy things or any of that type of stuff. It's just more liberal college. If you know the definition of liberal, then.
And think of that in terms of education, and how the instructors teach or professors teach, how the school is ran. It's just there's when it comes to politics, liberal and conservative is one thing, but you start talking about academia, there's also that liberal and conservative side.
So I just pulled up the definition of liberal just so that we can have the exact definition
for liberal education, or
no, just liberal, just from Oxford Dictionary. There's two as an adjective. It's willing to respect or accept behavior or opinions different from one's own, open to new ideas, which is not what many people think of when they think liberal these days, because they think liberal means far left, means like
acceptance.
You must do whatever I'm doing, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And same thing on the far right, same principle, basic principle. If you don't believe what I say, then you're stupid, kind of thing. Relating to or denoting a political and social philosophy that promotes individual rights, civil liberties, democracy, and free enterprise. So, that all, to me, is more conservative than not. Like, as far as the free enterprise, because that's, you're talking about, very much so talking about the capitalistic society.
But you remember, you remember when the parties actually switched? Like, how they actually think, John Kennedy, probably one of the best presidents, especially for people in the military. Like, President Kennedy commissioned the Navy SEALs. He commissioned the Green Berets.
Yeah.
He was a SWCC boat operator. Yeah. Before.
Well, as I say, that's why the schoolhouse is named after him. So
the JFK Special Warfare Center.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people get confused when you say SWCC, meaning John F. K. And then there's the Navy. Then there's Navy SWCC.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot. I always forget there's the other SWCC.
Yep.
On that side of it,
and
especially because a lot of the Navy guys go through JFK.
Yes.
So for different reasons, different classes and stuff.
And some of those SWCC operators get to go through, the short course.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
But it's a collateral duty. It's just like being a SEAL medic. You're a SEAL first,
right?
Then you're a medic second. Yeah, but then you got the SARCs, who it's medicine first.
Mm-hmm.
They're still trained up as an operator, but medicine is their primary.
Yeah. They have the skills to know what to do, but they stop the bleeding first.
Well, what's sad in that situation, dude? Like, the only thing you can do when you are under fire, and it's called care under fire, the only thing you can do is put on a tourniquet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing else. And again, that is to keep that soldier, Marine, sailor into the fight. Keep them in the fight. That's all it's about. So,
yes, keep them operational.
Like you were talking the other day. If you got one arm that can still shoot, we're gonna keep you alive so you can send bullets downrange.
Yeah.
When it's over,
we're gonna make it happen.
When it's over, we'll treat you.
Yeah, we'll make that part happen. Well, so when I mentioned Gabrielle, she told me about this one of her classes. She's going through their nursing program.
Yeah.
And she has a bunch of chemistry classes that she's taking this semester. And one of them...
When you say a bunch of chemistry classes, like that's...
She's taking 4.
4 chemistry classes.
Yeah. She likes chemistry.
Okay.
Along with her other classes, too.
Okay.
I mean, it's not just... She's
How
not
many
just
classes is she taking?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Her first year in college.
Mm-hmm.
First semester, freshman year, 7 classes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got an English class, like 4 chem classes. Well, one is technically, it's a hybrid thing. It's not all chem, but it's basically chem. It falls under that umbrella. So there's
what she got: organic chemistry, biochemistry, chemistry, inorganic chemistry.
What's the other one she had? There's I'm trying to remember what the hybrid one was. It's like it was weird. It was like workable chemistry or something like that. But it's basically like a precursor to like some advanced chemistry class that she wants to take. So it's like a prereq for that one. I can't remember exactly. Because she explained it to me, and I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Gotcha.
I'm not a chemistry person.
Was that what MacGyver was? Remember the TV show?
Right, yeah.
Like, was he the physicist or was he the chemist? Like,
I would say he was more of a chemist guy. Although he had a lot of physics, though.
No.
He did, as far as, like, just being able to, like, figure things out and stuff. I mean, he was more of it was like a jack of all trades thing, but definitely there was a lot of chemistry and physics going on.
Like the dude was just
what he was
super
doing.
smart.
Yeah.
There's like I can't watch the new show.
No, I tried it, and
it's not Richard Dean Anderson. Like that dude was
he was the only one.
He was like that.
Well, and in one of her chem classes, her teacher was up at the front and like doing like this big long,
Dance?
equation that has a lot of like
I thought you were
letters and numbers and things included in each other. And she was talking about how it's worked or whatever. Well, one of the students asked her about the equation because she's like, I don't think that's correct. That doesn't make sense. And the teacher, I guess, went off on her like, well, maybe you need to study some more and blah, 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 all this other stuff. And all the other, like, Gabrielle was like, yeah, myself and like 4 or 5 of my friends were like, yeah, no, that's not a correct equation. Like she had put the certain letters in the wrong place or something, like flip-flopped them or something.
Yeah.
And so a couple other people were like, no, I think she's right. Like, I don't think your equation's correct. And the teacher was like, well, I mean, yeah, you could do it that way, but this is the way you should be doing it. And they're like, but it doesn't work that way. It
doesn't work that way.
And she was getting like all pissy with the students because they called her out.
They called her out.
Writing.
I get called out all the time. Like, and it's like, especially for like misspelled words. Like, I don't know what it is with my students. Like, Professor Jones, like you misspelled that word. I'm like, okay, but you still like they'll stop taking their test to say you misspelled this word. I'm like, okay, but did that prevent you from knowing the correct answer?
Yeah, the fact that you knew it was misspelled means you know what the word was. So carry on. Come to me when you hand in your test. And let me know.
I don't know. But did you guys see my Snap story yesterday of?
I did not. I don't have Snapchat.
Some of the drawings that my students did yesterday.
Was it good or bad?
No, it was like super good.
Doing the good ones. I hope everybody out there listening has had a good week. Things have been.
I can't believe the week is over, dude.
Crazy around the country. Look, people are still taking care of one hurricane, and another one came through. Although it seems like that the Milton or whatever it's called was a little less than was anticipated. So still had a lot of destruction, but not nearly on the level that they were talking about as far as apocalyptic and everything. But I heard that the eye of the storm like split or something along those lines, and as it hit landfall, like it basically weakened out really fast. So it's still a lot of wind and rain, but not as much as what they thought. Oh, is this that courtyard project?
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's pretty damn good, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's some artistic, dude, like how good of a teacher did they have?
Yeah, solid. What's that thing there? Is that like one of those like light post things?
It's just in it's like a bollard.
Yeah,
like a light bollard. She didn't draw the piece of art though, like because the one thing I wanted to make sure was that the welding students actually did like this, almost it's like a tree, it's like a, you had the rebar coming up for the trunk, and then they had these little leaves, but they did it all in the school colors. It was, it was super cool. But I don't know. Somebody screenshotted one of my stories. I don't like that.
I know. Well, it's always weird when you get a notification like that.
Yeah,
where you're like, what was that about?
Oh, Joey Murphy. Joey, why are you screenshotting my stuff? I gotta call him today. He's wanting to learn how to do Christmas lights. But
see, that's why I like. That's one of the things I like about Android is that like, for instance, like with texting and stuff,
you don't know.
No one can tell that I saw their message. There is no delivered, read, all the other things. It doesn't show if I'm responding back, with little clicky things.
You can turn read receipts off on iPhone. I don't have them on.
Yeah, I just know like I'm used to,
because like
my
sometimes in like school when I'm teaching, like I can only I only want to go say, okay, make sure that, hey, nobody's dead or nobody's bleeding out. And then I just put my phone back, and then, like, on a break, I'll text back.
Mm.
So, but if I said read receipt, if they were on, I'd be like, he's read my message and he ain't replied.
Right.
Like, I'd be, like, mad. So,
yeah. That's what I always do. I just use the preview function. It's easier that way.
Well, true. Well, but like I said, guys, Expo is next week. I got to leave around lunch Sunday to head to Raleigh for the community college conference. And it's, it actually starts Saturday night, but that is the stupidest thing. Like most conferences now are during the week.
Yeah.
Like, why
would you do it over the weekend?
Yeah. But it is like that break in between semester A and semester B of fall semester, like the 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So if most community colleges are on that same kind of schedule, then the students were out Friday today, no students on campus today. And then we have Monday and Tuesday fall break, and the classes pick back up Wednesday, but I'll be in Kentucky.
That makes sense, I guess.
And so, but I'll be back Monday night to do the 7:00 show with Jennifer. We're going to make that happen. So
what time are we leaving out on Tuesday?
About 6 in the morning.
Okay.
Lock and load, rock and roll. And so I did. I was debating whether or not to get a DSLR so that we could have up there. I just, I've always gone by myself, like or my dad would go with me.
Right.
So, Dad would never tote the camera around, or he's like, son, just we're here to look at the equipment. So, now I think we'll have a chance to film and actually get some good footage for the radio.
Yeah, it'll be good. Get some interviews on camera and stuff as well.
Well, I want to see you. I'm going to follow you, Russ, and I'm going to be the cameraman.
Nobody's going to recognize me. They're going to be looking for the long hair.
Oh, my gosh.
This is the first equip I've been to and since then. So
yes, that's right. The last time you were there, you had the
yeah, I was rocking the Gempler's boots.
Yeah.
Around.
Yeah.
Well, it's good times.
It's going to be and people, they're going to see you in different attire.
Yes. Yes, they will. That is true as well.
Yeah.
All the things.
I was a little disappointed yesterday seeing some posts.
Were you?
Yeah.
Where'd you see the post?
On Facebook.
Oh, okay. I'll have to. Well, there's a couple that I came across, but I don't know if they're the same ones that they're probably not the same ones you were talking about. So
yeah,
we'll have to look at them after the show.
It was just like, just like, I thought the migration was going to kind of happen. But who cares?
It will.
But will it be too late?
Right, exactly. That's the thing.
Will it be too late?
Like, oh, you had your chance. Sorry.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. So, yeah. Well, speaking of gear, wait, when are we picking up the gear? Because you're gone. You don't. When do you get back? You get back you said you'll be back for your show on Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave Raleigh 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'll
Gotcha.
just kind of like sneak out, be like, see ya.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking as far as the picking up of the swag.
Oh, it's possibly going to be because she texted me.
Oh, okay.
And I showed you that picture, I think, yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And she said, definitely have it by Monday, but she said probably sooner. So
okay.
I'm thinking,
All right,
I
cool.
mean, she's like us, self-employed.
Yeah.
She works every minute that she, can.
No, I just thought because I remembered her saying something about Monday, so that's what I was.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if it's Monday, then I can go pick them up. It's not a big deal, but
Yeah. that's a drive up there.
it's only like, what is it, 5 minutes or something from here?
It's a mile and a half to the end of the road.
Yeah.
Like from you turn right out of the driveway and you go to the end of the road, it's a mile and a half.
Yeah.
I always remember hearing Dad say, "Yeah, we're a mile and a half on the left." From strawberry patch and stuff when you turn on Sword. But anyway, like I am looking forward to getting, like I said, some footage. I did order, because I got the Rhodes,
Mm-hmm.
the little wireless mics. But I was doing some research last night, and I did order a 4-channel mic set. This is like a little lapel, but it's from
gotcha.
Kamika.
Yeah.
is the brand mic. And then that receiver could hook up to the DSLR. You can have like 4 people being interviewed.
Yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
I was thinking, you got your Rodecaster that everybody have like this on, but if they put the little lapel mic here too, like you could record the video and it's crystal clear.
And you've got the same type of audio quality. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I fell asleep last night. The new Rodecaster that we're having issues with. Like, I wish I'd have found this dude, like, earlier, like, how to set it up. Like, it was, like, okay, it makes sense. Like, I don't think we're connected to, that has to be connected to the Wi-Fi to, like, download, like, the updates. And,
okay.
And then he was talking about, how to set up the different, channels and stuff like that. So it can, that thing can rock if you just read the directions.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a Wi-Fi type thing. It had Wi-Fi, I should say.
Yeah. And so, like, will we have Wi-Fi in the booth?
Or we should.
Or we can take, like, this one if we just wanted to. I'm going to take them both, like, because I want one set up in the hotel room.
Yeah.
That way we can.
Easy. You don't have to pack it back and forth.
Yeah. And then if we get up in the morning and want to, like, do a quick show or just a quick recording or whatever, like, it's there.
Yeah.
God, man.
That's a good idea.
You're going to be the biggest influencer in the green industry, Russ. No, but a big shout out to the Green Industry Podcast. Like, Paul, dude, I'm glad you're safe. Like, I was watching, watching his stories and stuff, man, and you just prayed that nothing happened to him or anything, and he was safe. But there's devastation in Sarasota. So
yeah, there definitely is. Yeah, and I know Sean is good. Sean Soroff from Landscape World Group.
Yeah.
He was posting some stuff here and there. They lost power, of course, as many people did. I think they had up to like 3 or 4 million without power.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the linemen out there.
Yeah. What am I?
that only have to do the hard work when it's the hardest kind of thing. I mean, lineman is a tough job anyway, but
it is.
But when everyone else is hunkered down and you're the one who's getting called out, that's tough.
One of my fellow department chairs yesterday, their cousin lives in New Jersey. But is staged already here, like in they were brought down to North Carolina like 2 or 3 days ago, and they said you couldn't find a hotel room in North Carolina because
makes sense.
It was like 30,000 linemen from the Northeast headed down to Florida because all the other linemen like in our area now is deployed to the mountains.
Right.
Yeah, working on that stuff up there. So. Like you said, that is it's a job that I could not do. But so big shout out to those guys. It doesn't matter what the weather is or the conditions after the storm.
And it's usually during the middle of the storm. Yeah. As soon as that power goes out, they're on the way.
Action.
Yeah. My brother-in-law's a lineman and up there in the woods where we used to live, and they have. I mean, it's not because the infrastructure is not there. It's just because when you have a bunch of power lines running through the middle of the forest.
Yeah, you're gonna,
yeah. We lose power like every time there's a stiff wind, which is a lot of times in the wintertime, especially. So and then a lot of that, obviously getting a lot of freezing rain and snow, you get that buildup on the lines, and they just snap,
Yep.
or the trees fall over on them and stuff. So they're constantly getting called out.
Cool.
During that time, but it's, and everybody in the community is like, anytime that happens where there's a storm, you see nothing but posts on Facebook about like the linemen, like keep them safe, all this other stuff, and because of course, obviously, many of the people are like, they live in the community, they're not from outside where they're commuting in, like they're all literally in the same town basically. So one of those jobs, because it's a small town, there's not a lot of jobs available, so that one's a really sought after.
So, if you get that, you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
So, our school does have an electrical lineman program. It doesn't fall under the trades with my group, but it is a program set up where people come in from all over to do the program, and they get certified. And they're either hired, by Pike Electric or Duke Power.
Gotcha.
There's also some other, I don't know why, here in this area, we have like 3 major
that's weird.
electrical, power guys.
Yeah.
So, I don't know
we just have the one over back where I was located. Well, I mean, technically there's 2, but it's because the area I lived in, Carson, it was unincorporated, so we have like the Carson PUD.
Yeah.
But then everything else in the gorge, basically, and like from like Portland all the way up like a couple hundred miles, is all Bonneville Power Administration, because you got the Bonneville Dam and then you have the Dalles Dam upriver from it, so everything's covered by BPA.
Gotcha.
Which is funny because so they ship a lot of their electricity, if you want to call it shipping, down to California.
Yeah.
And California pays lower rates than the people who are living like 2 miles from the dam. I get like electricity isn't on a truck, but still 2 miles versus 2,000 or whatever it is. Like, why am I paying higher rates? I don't get it.
We got somebody who wants to call in.
Uh-oh.
We've offended them.
We've got a call in.
They're texting me to make sure that.
Did you see that? I love these type of things, but I saw that Kamala Harris was doing a town hall, and the cameraman, that one of the ones that's like walking around and everything with the camera, happened to go around behind her to get a view of the crowd, which is very small. I'm not like pointing out as small. It was a smaller crowd. It's a little town hall thing, but she got this small crowd, and then like right in the middle of the frame, there's a teleprompter.
Yeah.
And so like when they had the other angle, like it looked like she was talking to the crowd, but then like when he pans around, like you could totally and they ended up cutting off the transmission because they realized like, oh wait, hold on, we can't show that she's using a teleprompter.
But what
for a town hall?
But what's wrong with for a town hall?
Yeah.
So
it wasn't a speech. It was just like it was a town hall.
That's open questions.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's raising their hand, and she's like, okay, all right, what's your question? So
yeah, it'd be one thing if she was on a stage somewhere and doing that kind of whatever. You got your speeches that everybody writes, but yeah, this was a town hall scenario.
Oh my goodness. I'll be glad when November's over, no matter the outcome.
Yep,
like,
less than a month.
Get it over.
Less than a month.
Because nothing's going to, everything's just going to keep going the same. But all the hype, and it causes a lot of animosity and hate towards people.
Oh, especially this one. I feel like this has been one of the worst for that. Just so much there's no policy stuff that people are talking about. It's all hate.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, okay, well, there's this policy or this policy, or I'm voting for this person because of this policy. It's all, it's all, I hate you, you hate me. Makes no sense. I don't get it.
Oh, Russ, I can't believe it. Like, we've been on the air almost 35 minutes. Like, every time I talk with you, man, it's just like, it's so fast.
That was loud.
That is loud. Good morning. You're live on Boots on Ground Radio. Uh-oh.
Thought she was live.
I thought I had this thing. Okay. All right. Good morning. You're live on the Boots on Ground Radio.
Well,
there we go.
That's kind of awesome.
Good
morning.
That is crystal clear to be Bluetooth.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, that's cool. Hey, guys. It's Jennifer.
Hey,
baby. What's up?
What are you doing?
I'm getting ready for work, but I was listening to you guys and thought I'd call in and say good morning.
Well, good morning. Good morning. You ready for Monday night show?
I am ready for Monday night show. The question is, are you ready for Monday night show?
100%. But what is the topic going to be?
Well, the topic is going to be the big thing that's coming up next week.
What is that?
Grocery shopping?
It's just a big deal. Well, grocery shopping is always a topic of the week.
If we can find time to get there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But what big thing is next week?
The Equip Expo. I'm so excited because this is my first time going. So I'm excited to see everything. Like, I'm going to be like a kid in the candy shop.
Yeah. And seeing Dr. Owens walk around and everybody coming up, shaking his hand and hugging him and
killing me, man. Killing me.
Dr. Owens.
Well, I'm excited to see you guys walking around and doing your thing. I mean, that's going to be my entertainment for the week, is seeing y'all wigging out over everything that's happening. So I'm excited.
Well, but there will be the paparazzi following Russ.
That's true.
There will be the groupies.
I just wish they would stop using flash bulbs. It's just so annoying. Like, it's the digital era, guys.
We need to make you a sign, Russ, that says no photos, please.
Right.
And he's already he bought some sticky notes and went ahead and started doing his autograph. That way we can just pass out the autographs instead of him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's easier that way. I was going to get some headshots to sign ahead of time, but I figured, you know what, they'll be taking pictures anyway. So.
Well, I mean, the last time you were there, your permanent Sharpies, how many permanent Sharpies did you go through signing your name?
Oh, at least 15 or 20 boxes.
And, each one can do several hundred.
Yeah, because I got the big fatties.
Yeah.
Those big wide ones. So, yeah. It was a lot.
So I guess Eric needs to make sure that he's got Sharpies on the list to pack. So we're prepared.
Yeah, but Russ uses his special kind of pen. Like, his is his brand. I don't know if I can find them.
Yeah, the Curva pen. I haven't actually shown you that pen, have I? I don't use it here. I use
I
it
have
at home.
never heard of that pen.
Yeah, it's
what kind of pen is it?
It's called Curva pen. Like
Curva pen.
Yeah, Curva, like Curva and then pen.
Huh.
Curva pen. It's a pen that is, it's designed for people with arthritis and being left-handed, or I should say.
Okay,
which is a weird double up, but
I forget you are left-handed.
But it's designed because you don't have to hold it. You hold it a lot differently than the other, but the end of it is actually like a hook as opposed to being straight. So, but I love that pen. Yeah. I don't write that way anyway, though. Like, I don't, because I had a teacher in third grade who tried to force me to write right-handed because I was the only kid in the class that was left-handed, and we were learning cursive, and so she had everyone tilt their papers a certain way.
Yeah.
To add to that slant, and my handwriting was always weird because I was going opposite of what I should have been, and so she told my parents that I had a developmental disability because I couldn't learn how to write cursive.
I don't know. I would.
Yeah. Where are you now, Mrs. Brown?
I guess that's relative. I guess that's relative, right? Well, both of my boys, ironically and crazily enough, both of my boys, Jared and Jaden, are left-handed. And when they were toddlers, I noticed that they were left-hand dominant. So I didn't force them to do anything right-handed. And when they went to preschool, I made sure and told the teacher, said, look, they're left-hand dominant. I would like for them to choose whichever hand they want to write with. So thankfully, neither one of my boys were forced to write right-handed.
Yeah.
Jaden is definitely left-handed dominant, definitely. Jared, however, is ambidextrous. Like, he writes left-handed, but he could do everything right-handed. So it's kind of different how that ended up with him. But, but both of my boys write left-handed. I think it's so I'm going to have to look into this Curva pen for them because I have noticed left-handed people, you do kind of write catawonky, with your hand, like you got to turn your hand a certain way to write. So I think that's really cool.
And that's when I learned how to write. Like my dad taught me to write without doing the angled writing thing of like bending the wrist in. Like he his handwriting is the most amazing handwriting I've ever seen.
You haven't seen mine.
it's like you'd see his and be like, oh my God.
But you've seen my.
It's beautiful. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm just saying.
Wow,
like his is incredible.
Get that notebook right there. Like,
and mine is the same as his. If I actually take my time, like if I'm just scribbling notes, then I just scribble notes. But he taught me like you don't need to write like you don't need to curve your hand in. You can write this way. And so like it took me a long time to learn, but it was a process.
Quit drooling.
No, it's nice handwriting. It's a little small, but it's nice handwriting. See, mine's a little larger. I have that.
I write in all cap letters.
I don't write quite like. I mean, like you have that big difference between men and women as far as like the way I describe women's handwriting is loopy and emotional handwriting, which is and that's straight out of psychology. That's straight out of psychology. Women write with their emotions. Men do not. Men write for fact. Women write for emotion. So they always have those big bubble letters and everything.
So why do I write in print all capital letters? Like if I hate even writing an email address because it needs to contain lowercase letters.
I would say off the top of my head, it has something to do with you wanting to be authoritative in what you're writing, and authoritative is always capital. So when you're writing it, you are making a statement of like this angle, but also you have a big architectural background, so where everything is straight lines, not curvy.
That's true.
So
Eric does have very neat handwriting. I have noticed that. It's very neat. I don't want to say it's perfect, but it's near perfect when he writes. So that, but what you said, Russ, in relation to the person that he is and what that could mean, I mean, it's almost spot on. I mean, makes sense why you were a PsyOps. I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense. I would be curious. Let me bring you my handwriting, and you give me a whole reading of who I am.
My dissertation professor would be so proud of me in this moment.
We just need to go to the Equip Expo, and you could read handwriting everyone at the Equip Expo and give them like a brief synopsis of who they are. See how accurate you are.
And Corey said the military made you, and that's right, because everything in the Navy was
that is a big proponent. That is a good point.
It had to be legible. We got the same books. Mine's same green books, don't we?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do have that. One's just a little bit. You've got. You've got like the ledger style.
I had it bought like several months ago, and it popped. Well, no, actually, because there's some stuff in there from 23, the classes that I taught.
Who was texting?
Corey's text.
So there was Corey, and then, Doug saying good morning.
Doug,
he's a little late to the show this morning. Apparently, he was sleeping in. Just kidding, Doug. I know that's not the case with you.
Doug's been way up.
Doug goes to sleep in his work clothes because he wants to be that much faster in the morning.
Faster to get there.
Well, I am going to hop off of here, fellas. I was getting ready for work. I wanted to call in and say good morning to both of you and to all your listeners. I'm excited about the Equip Expo next week. Super excited.
Yes.
I do know that Eric and Russ both are going to have their own paparazzi that's going to be following them around all week next week. So we're really, really excited about that and all the content that's going to come from that. So just look for us. Look for Boots on Ground Radio, and it's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited what you guys are going to bring to everybody after you get back from the Equip Expo.
Yes. And it's such an honor to just be walking around with Dr. Owens. He's
well, I'm just excited that you took the time to go buy all of this new equipment. I mean, I know you already had equipment, but you did some major upgrades yesterday, and I know that the boys that are going that's going to be taking video and pictures and creating content, they are wigging out over all of this equipment that you bought. So I'm excited to watch it.
It is. I did need a camera that could record my lectures and do this, and it was kind of like dual purpose. But getting the what is that thing called? Stabilizer.
Which one? Oh, the
gimbal.
Gimbal, yeah. The gimbal's going to make it, because a lot of times when you're walking around Equip, even with a GoPro or whatever, it's just got that motion sickness feel to it once you play it back. So you do have to have the gimbal. So
especially now, because so many people are using them, that it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
It does, and I will say, Russ has been talking a lot about Android versus iPhone. I don't know what Android or Samsung or whatever brand you use. I mean, I guess Samsung is Android, but iPhone has a cinematic type of videography now on the new iOSs.
Yes.
That it stabilizes
it
all
does.
your video, which is really kind of cool. I mean, it's super
they actually
cool, but
they leased that technology from Android.
did they see?
Yeah. Android has had that
you know,
technology for about 7 years now.
Well,
There's
it's cool technology.
about 60% of the technology that the new iPhones have is literally leased from Android. That's why I always joke about Apple, because like the cameras on, like I have the S23. I don't even have the newest one because they're up to S24 now. But the S23, like it's literally the most powerful before the 24 came out camera that you could get.
Can I see it
on the market?
Like the iPhone you use at Elite. Is that like the first time you've done anything with an iPhone?
Yes. Other than one that I borrowed because I broke a phone once, and so I had to use a phone, but it was like the 5 or something like that. So
That's a phone is heavy.
it is.
This thing is like feels like is it the case that's heavy?
Well,
or
the case is steel.
Okay,
but it's not super heavy though. I mean, the phone itself is
the phone itself
between
is
the
heavy.
phone- yeah.
It's the size. It's
Well,
the cylinder block.
Mm-hmm.
I used to sell cell phones a few years ago. I worked for a telecommunication company, and selling cell phones was one of the things that I did because I worked with the customers that come in the stores. And I will tell you that the easiest thing for me to sell to an older client, older customers, was the Apple iPhone because it was so much more user friendly for them. The Android was overwhelming to them because there was, just so many complex things with Android that older people were like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah. I had a lady buy an Android and then brought it back in. She's like, I can't even use this thing. I don't even know how to use it. So we switched her over to iPhone, and it was so much easier. When my parents went from their flip phones, I upgraded them to Apple because I knew that they were not going to be able to use an Android. But for the younger generation, like our generation and people younger than us, we can operate these systems pretty well because we grew up in the computer world. But the ones that didn't, the iPhone was much user friendly for them, which was a better seller for that group of people. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off of here, guys. I'm getting ready for work, but I wanted to call in and tell you guys good morning and how excited I am for the Quip Expo and for mine and Eric's show on Monday night from 7 to 8. I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Data Boss. It's called Be a Boss, Data Boss. I'm excited about that, Eric. We do enjoy putting the content together for that. So I'm excited.
All right, sweetie. Well, you have a fun morning, and I'll call you here in a little bit.
I will. See you, Russ.
Have a good one. Thanks for calling
guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, only one bye. Wow.
Yeah. See, Russ.
I was wondering if that was going to be on air or not. It was not.
Okay. Russ likes to make fun of me because, like, if Jennifer calls me, if Mom calls me, if one of the girls calls me, my daughters, it's like, bye. And Sydney, my middle daughter, is like, bye, Dad, bye.
That one's like,
bye.
That's the longest of them, I think.
Bye. Like, she'll tell me bye 50 times. So, but I don't know. Like, I've always been like that because Russ, think about this stuff. My brother, because one day I was with my brother and it's like, him and his wife did not they didn't tell each other that they loved each other. And I think that's probably the first time I hung up. She said I did that on purpose. The one bye. That's probably the first time Jennifer and I has ever hung up the phone without saying we love each other. But I was with my brother. He was working with us one day, and like he had a serious conversation with his wife. Not like meaning they were fighting,
right.
But meaning that they were discussing one of the kids or something, and he just hung up. He's like, "All right, let's see you later, bye." I'm like, "You didn't tell your wife you love her?" He's like, "No." He's like, "We never do that." And I'm like, "Okay." I was like, What if she was in a car wreck? 5 minutes later.
Right.
I always kind of think that way. Like, I don't want the last thing that they remember, those last 7 minutes, was, wow, they didn't tell me they loved me on the last phone conversation we had.
Yeah. Or thinking the same thing from your side of it I didn't take that last chance.
Yeah. Yep. And I didn't realize it because I keep seeing these posts, your last 7 minutes. Like once you take that last breath, the brain is still alive for 7 minutes and it
is that's they say when you're going through the best memories of your life.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the whole life flashing before your eyes scenario.
Yep. So, and I've experienced that. So, to hear that, and they say when a loved one passes away, they can still hear you there for briefly. So, sometimes when your loved ones pass, I think we probably should encourage them that that it's okay, we love you, and keep saying that instead of immediately crying,
right?
Like when they pass. So
yeah,
sad stuff, man. Sad stuff. Right. But we got 10 minutes on this Friday morning show.
I know the end of our first full week.
Yeah, that's
broadcasting.
Right. Yeah, so this will be the 9th episode. So. And guys, I have all the episodes up. I've been pretty good about uploading and getting. I still got to go in and edit the description. So I want to go back and say, hey, we talked about this that day and stuff like that.
And we do also have a couple of interviews that I did up there. They're kind of separate from the shows, and you'll see them because they're
titled.
It's titled the same. So we've got I've got JJ Harris with Geo Ripper on there. Got Craig Daniel from the National Prayer Breakfast, which we'll be broadcasting live from on Wednesday morning.
And you think that we're going to broadcast it live here on the radio, so we'll have it as a as an MP3.
Oh yeah.
You think they'll let us video it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No, I guess that would probably be up to Mr. Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah. As far as his
contract,
speech and everything, and how that goes. So because they're fine with us broadcasting it, but I don't see why he would have an issue with that, but. Yeah, but always good to check.
Yeah,
find out. But yeah, so we've got all kinds of content coming up as well. I think did I have another, or just two? I was trying to remember if I had 2 or 3 interviews up there. I wanted to say I had another one.
Gotcha,
but I can't remember off.
Are you going to interview Eric Jones?
What it was? Probably.
Yeah,
maybe. I got to see which my. Where's it at? Oh. I was looking up the.
I found some of my old interviews with Tony Bass. Remember Tony? Super Lawn Truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew the name. I just couldn't remember.
Tony is a trip, man. I love him. He loved my dad.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys. I have a running list of guys that I want to make sure we connect with while we're.
Now, are you doing an autograph booth up there, or are you just going to be walking around?
Signing? Oh, just walking. Okay. Yeah.
You just gonna walk up to random people that don't know you and just sign their T-shirt, turn around.
No, I'm not even gonna say turn around. Just walk up behind them and start signing. What are you doing?
Just giving you my autograph.
Give me my autograph. That way you don't have to ask. It's that much easier.
Like Russ, you just you got a turf teacher shirt on, turf teacher hat. You were.
I do.
You were turfing it up.
Zach Lampley with Crew Control. That was.
Oh yeah.
That was the first one I did. I think that's why I couldn't remember.
Zach was super happy in that interview.
Yeah,
he was all excited about Boots on Ground.
Yeah, Zach's awesome. He's really cool, and everybody. I've talked to a few people from Aspire, and
yeah.
In fact, actually, I have a meeting with them. We're supposed to have a meeting this week, but
does he live in Charleston?
No, he's up in Chicago.
Okay, which was the guy that was with Crew Control that was one of the developers, maybe the inventor. I met him in Tampa, Florida, at the Holiday Bright Lights.
Oh,
Dave.
Yeah, Dave Verbleski is who you're talking about.
Yeah, what's his last name?
Verbleski.
Yeah. Okay. Is he still living in Charleston, or did they?
As far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he part now that Aspire bought out Crew Control, correct? Or
right. Yeah. Yeah. No, he's still like a consultant and things, but he's kind of doing his own thing. Then the other gentleman who I can't remember his name off the top of my head, who was kind of the co-founder of Crew Control. He is still working for Aspire,
gotcha.
But he's like actually I think he's Service Titan now as far as he's kind of moved up through the company to where he's still doing the same type of thing. He's a developer, but he's kind of more working for the entire company as a whole as opposed to specific to Crew Control or Aspire. So,
but they don't have anything to do with Titan.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
They're owned by Service Titan.
They are owned by Service Titan.
So Aspire bought Crew Control, and then Service Titan bought Aspire. Yeah.
Wow.
And then they also have Field Routes as part of
that
umbrella and Property Intel.
Now, Service, and how do you say it? Service Titan?
Titan,
yeah. Titan Service? Or
no, Service Titan.
Certain Titan.
Service?
Dude, I'm getting tongue tied. Service Titan.
Yes, as in Titan.
Okay.
Like not like tightening a screw, but like Titan
Okay.
as in like warrior.
I was
Titan.
thinking of a belt.
Yeah, no. Service Titan, like the big head of service,
Which is
Service Titan.
Which is the lawn care millionaire, right?
Was.
Yeah. Is he no longer with them?
It's changed. Like it's everything within their company has changed like so drastically in the last few years. It's just been kind of crazy.
But I didn't know if he was still like part of them.
I don't think so.
Okay. I can't remember his name. His name was Dave.
Like everything is.
He had an awesome YouTube page. Like
It's
he
like
was one of the first.
hard to
guys
keep
out.
track of everything that like all the changes in the last couple of years that has happened with them. Because they all operate as separate companies for the most part. So it's.
You know what this is for, don't you?
But they're just owned by different places.
You know what that's for?
Oh yeah, for your
To put the road.
for your tiny little ammo clip. I gotcha.
No, it's for the.
It's .000000157.
It's for the receiver of a Rode mic that you can just put on
Gotcha.
there,
You just slap it on there.
and then you're able to. Well, and see, but if you use one of these, it's got one there, so.
Oh right.
I
yeah.
still like the iPhone, like any type of phone, like for recording. But yeah, you put the little Rodecaster there, and then the little cable, and then you got the lapel.
That's why when I first got this new phone. Well, I mean it's new, not new now. I've had it for like a year, I think. But on the camera setting for the video anyway, I can go up to 8K for the resolution, and I was like. Which is part of the reason I got the phone because I was like 8K video, like that'll be badass.
Yeah,
Not realizing that I can't post it anywhere
because it's too crystal clear in it.
They don't allow it like you with not even 4K can really be posted on most of the socials like Facebook and all those others. It has to be below a certain resolution.
Yep.
Mainly because of the bandwidth they're using to be able to do that. But I was just so annoyed because I had like so many cool videos and then I was like, oh, we can't do anything with these videos, nothing at all whatsoever.
Smile, Russ. No, man. Look, we can't even see that. We can't even see that face, man. Like, come on, man. Like, we gotta start taking pictures, dude. Like,
I know we do.
We're like the social.
Why is Caleb calling me at 7:56?
Because it's Caleb, dude.
Well, no, because they were supposed to be already there. Should be over at the shopping center, or should have been for some time now. I got to figure out what's happening there. We'll there and tell him.
What's he want?
It's funny. That's what I'm texting him. Like, but it's interesting because now that I've been using this iPhone, like somebody asked me somebody.
I want to. Should we get him on the air?
There you go.
Caleb. Hey. What's going on, buddy?
Are you around Russ?
Yeah, Russ is right here in front of me.
I am here.
Hey, we're both
Is he
here.
coming? Is he coming to the shopping center?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Could he bring some cones because Jared had the cones in the back of his truck.
Okay. All right. Just traffic cones.
Yeah.
How are you doing this morning, Caleb? You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. We already got a tree drop.
Okay.
Nice.
You the man. You the man.
You're on the radio station, by the way, right now.
Yeah,
We're
you're live
broadcasting
on the air.
Oh heck yeah!
Oh, heck yeah. We'll send a recording to your mom.
For those listening, Caleb is our crew lead, so he takes care of a lot of stuff for us when we're in the office.
Caleb is a good guy.
Been with the company for what, 5 years? You said?
Gotta be.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be a future son-in-law, but he just.
All right, I'm gonna get back to it.
All right,
Okay,
dude.
brother. I'll be over
See
there
ya.
in a minute with the cones.
See you, buddy.
All right, y'all. See y'all.
Bye.
Oh man.
These are the things, guys. These are the things.
These are the days.
These are the things that it's funny.
Yeah, Paul just said 3 million still without power in his area.
Wow. That's a lot.
I'm sure he'll be up there.
Oh yeah.
Paul's a good guy.
Yeah, looking forward to saying hi to him up there, along with a bunch of other folks. There's some like vendors that I want to make sure we talk to that I know are going to be there that I've mentioned, and then like Greg Schramer, he's going to be there from Cast. Say,
yeah.
Say hi to him. And
but do you think we're going to be their most popular people?
And Greg's a good guy. I haven't reached out to Jeff to see if he's going to be there. He probably because I don't know. He's probably going to be there. He usually always goes to Equip Expo, so it was in my list of like I've got like so many other like Stanley. Got to talk to him. We got Scott who's going to be there from Acme Landscape.
Yeah,
got a new show starting here soon.
Yeah, I like Scott. Scott's a good guy.
And we got and then like Calvin.
Yeah,
he's gonna be there with his guys. Yeah,
Calvin Tenen.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, does he know about the new station yet?
A lot of new guys. I think I'm trying to remember if I want to say that he commented on one of our posts, but I can't remember.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure he did. Or it might have just been me asking if he was going to be up there this year. I think maybe that's what it was. I saw a post of his. Maybe I just saw a post of him and his guys from there last year and then asked him if he was going to be there this year. But either way, he's going to be. So. Going to make it happen. I didn't realize you got a little mouse pad over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You should have had the Milwaukee Cup turned around. I thought that was like one they gave you at like Expo or something.
Nope, this is the one I stole the first day I worked here. When I walked in, you were like, "You want a cup of coffee?" I was like, "Sure." And then you gave me this one to drink from, and I've been using it ever since.
You've been accused of stealing, haven't you?
Yep. What was that? Oh.
Well, that was the daily forecast from Pufftown. Sunny, high 73, winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour.
It's going to be a beautiful day to be outside. Nice. It was a little chilly this morning. It was in the 40s, low 40s this morning, so a little chilly. But next week I think we're supposed to get down. We're actually supposed to get down into like the low, like 40. So that's going to be kind of crazy. Oh, look at that! It's 8:01. Time flies.
Yeah,
I thought we still had a couple minutes left to go, but we do not.
We do not, guys. So,
and guys, by the way, one quick thing before we go: listen in to the station all times. We don't have music going. We have content going, 24/7, literally. So there's every show that we do gets uploaded onto the station, as well as our other shows like Deep End with Frank Disher, and then the Be a Boss Data Boss with Eric and Jennifer. So that one's up there as well, and all our other content and some interviews and everything. So it will play throughout the day. And we also have a turf teacher, the natural pesticide.
Yeah. And basically what I'm doing, guys, like, I kind of slowed down in the month of October just because of everything going, and then the Christmas lights and stuff. But we pick up hard and heavy in November, December with the pesticide credits. So we'll have that all up there. Doug, yes, we're going to have a pre-licensing course, and so a lot of those lectures, of course, will be putting on Boots on Ground Radio. So I kind of like that idea of this is like super. This is content oriented. There is like no music. So guys, when you listen live to the station, you're either listening to Russ interview great people. We're listening to Dan Pilata.
He's coming on. He's coming on here this next week. I believe this next Wednesday will be his first live show.
Yeah, so you get to hear his stuff. Some of the lectures that I do at the college and through Webinar Wednesday, Turf Talk Tuesday. So a lot of that, and so we'll have to get it where we can broadcast like all of my turf teacher classes too, like stream them and.
I think we need. We'll work on I've been working on kind of outlining a new page for the website that's more like the education side.
Gotcha.
Like Boots on Ground University sort of scenario.
Sweet.
Where it's like all, it's like your content or anybody else has that kind of content, whatever it may be, but also like.
They can go into that classroom.
It can have like the, like Irrigation Association links to any kind of stuff that they're putting out, all the.
The one thing that I'm kind of heartbroken about is, I tried getting out of this North Carolina Community College thing that I've got to go to. Which I've just got to play the part. I mean, that's just what I've got to do. But Waterpalooza is Monday. And this will be the first time that I've missed Waterpalooza in, like, years.
Usually,
Is that a North Carolina thing?
It's a North Carolina thing. It's put on by the Carolina Irrigation Association.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is a state chapter of the Irrigation Association.
Yeah.
And so to get to see those guys was always a blessing. And usually it's the week prior to the expo. It's not the week of expo.
Gotcha.
Like it was Monday. So if it was like today, I would have been in Raleigh today and hit Waterpalooza. That would have been a great opportunity.
Yeah, no kidding.
To get content. Chris Keaton.
Yeah, Chris Keaton. Yeah.
With Toros there. Our good friend from Hunter is there. Kevin is there. I've seen him there a couple times. So, I mean, just great guys that are in the industry. So
I hear knock on the door.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show, and we will see you bright and early Monday morning here. Russ will be here. I'll do a call-in from live from Raleigh down there. But anyway, guys, you take care, and we will see you bright and early Monday morning.
Peace. Cheers, brothers and sisters.
Peace
Have a
out.
good weekend.
We will see you guys live in Kentucky next week, Equipment Expo.